Okay Nike, I'm coming for you. These are the Vaporfly 3. And my comment to you Nike is, just because you can doesn't mean you should. So I'm running the Phoenix Marathon in 2 weeks time in the hope of running sub 240 with the hope of running sub 230 later in the year aged 50. My race shoe of choice for the last 5 years has been these, the Vaporfly 1, the original Vaporfly. This is the one before the Flynet, remember? So these are my race shoe of choice and have been for the last 6 or 7 marathons I've done, and they're a great shoe. Now I had a couple of pairs of these and they were fantastic, but I looked at these and I was thinking that they are looking a bit old, I guess like me. And you can see the creasing here on the shoe, not on me. And so I thought that I would go out and buy a brand new pair of shoes. And of course, I love these so much. The obvious option is to get the newest version, the Vaporfly 3. So I took these out for a run a couple of weeks before the race, just to make sure that they were the right shoe for me. And I immediately realized that they were a much higher stack height. I still maintain that this was the best racing shoe ever made. Every version after this one got stiffer or heavier or worse in some way. I still think this was the best racing shoe ever designed. So I tried these version 3 of the Vaporfly out in a session which was 10 miles with the last 6 hard. And I was so excited by them. When I got them out of the box, they're just super lightweight. The foam feels like a super foam, and I was really excited to try them out. And I put them on foot and immediately noticed the stack height. I mean, look at the design, look at the foam, everything about this shoe suggests that it's going to be fast. And to be fair, I did run very fast. This is a very fast shoe, that's undoubtedly the case. But I'm not going to race in this shoe for one simple reason, and that is the stack height. As soon as I put this shoe on, you could tell the difference in stack height. You could see, you could feel that this was a much bigger stack height than this shoe. So I came back and I checked, and you'll remember that when these shoes were released, everyone was talking about maximal shoes and how big the stack height was, and it was a complete change in direction, and it was. But this shoe is 8 millimeters less stack than this shoe. And I think the problem is that World Athletics came out with that rule that shoes couldn't be more than 40 millimeters. So immediately every shoe company said, fine, we're going to start at 39.5 millimeters. Well, even with a 10 millimeter drop, you've still got nearly 3 centimeters of stack height under the forefoot. And to be honest, for me, that is way too much. I mean, look, you're dropping 3 centimeters from here to here in a fraction of a second. This may snap your foot through quickly, but for me, my ankles were hurting. Everything felt like it was working too hard, and I just haven't had enough time to get ready for this shoe for the marathon. And so the risk is, if I run in this shoe, who knows what's going to happen to my calf or my quad or my back or whatever at 10 miles, 20 miles, 25 miles. And so there is a risk in running this shoe. And my point that I'm trying to make is, Nike, just because you can go to 39 millimeters doesn't mean you should. And here's what I'd like to see in the Vaporfly 4. At the minute, we have the Vaporfly 3, which is 39, 29. And we have the Alphafly, which is, you've guessed it, 39, 29. And the new Alphafly weighs almost the same as these, probably about 10, 15 grams heavier. So we have 2 virtually identical shoes. Nike, my plea to you is, number 1, give me a couple of $1 million out of your R&D budget for this suggestion. And secondly, take 8 millimeters off here and 8 millimeters off here. Shave 8 millimeters all the way off this foam so that you end up with the same stack height as this shoe. And if you do, and you can see on the bottom, they have the the various weights of the various things, and you can see the ZoomX foam is 67.3 grams. Now my maths is terrible, but if you take 8 mils of that off, I think you lose 15 grams. So this shoe would be in the low 180s in terms of grams, which is approaching the Adidas EVO Pro 1. And so my suggestion, like my plea, is to go back to your roots and create a lower stack racing shoe with 8 millimeters taken off this, which is super lightweight. And if you do that, you'll have an absolute winner. And if you don't do that, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I think that I'm gonna have to defect from Nike for my marathon racing. And if I do, I suspect I'm gonna go with the SC Pacer 2, which I can't believe I'm saying. The SC Pacer 1 was probably the worst shoe I ever put on. But when you look at the SC Pacer 2, it's got the same stack height as the original Vaporfly. It's got a carbon fiber plate. It's got super foam. It sounds a lot like this shoe. So exciting times. So Nike, let's hope you're listening, and let's hope you deliver the shoe that I'm begging for. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to mash the like button. Please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.